event to go to today. Listen to some Harold Melvin and Blue Notes with Sharon Page. Yeah, I didn't got badges because for being the number one viewer because I listen to them every day. I want us to start focusing on education. Let me turn it down because they might try to. I hope they don't mute me just because of that one spot of. But that's what they do. Copyrights and they want their money. Even though I'm not making any money, but the potential you could make some money. Just like I'm hearing them on the news talking about Rubio said in a comment that they could kick you out of the United States if they even think you might say something they don't like in the future. What's going on? That's why I want us to focus on education because nobody in their right mind with a education would even say something like that. We got people in there that has been living in a magical, mythical world all their life. Yeah. And see, and I want to say this. Our culture, us black people, we were stolen and we was brought to this country amidst all the evilness, the genocide of the Indians and all this stuff. We left a culture where we had people that would tell us about African um, myths and but everything we did it for a reason, for holistic reasons, for health and mental reasons, and also to it was an all way of keeping our culture and traditions going. Our superheroes were real because they was part of nature. They were really real because they was based on real events, but in a magical way. Because we all are magical in our own way. And it's a shame that you have people on this planet that treat others like they're not magical, that they're not unique and worthy and have a purpose. So I want us to stay focused on education, oral traditions, family values. Where did the family values go? You know where it went? Out the window. With technology and the internet. Because the internet took over our kids' minds. We try to tell them something. We trying to raise them up one kind of way, and they get a hold of that technology and they start thinking a whole nother way. It was easy to be brainwashed, easily to be manipulated, because we see we are getting manipulated. right now. And family ain't family no more. Everybody too busy. I mean, not everybody, but people are just too busy trying to get that American dream. And we see where that American dream is headed. You got the ones that's sitting on the high horse, and you got the ones that's uh, working in the fields. They tried to put us back in the fields, y'all. Hi, Kyle. Nice for you to join. I just like doing live. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't have TikTok. Because when TikTok came out, when I heard that it was ran by Chinese and they might be taking your data, even though I don't have no data for them. I mean, I don't have nothing really. But I seen where it was going. I don't have nothing, really secret that I'm scared it's gonna get out or really. I don't. It don't really. It's not really because of that. It's because it was too sophisticated for me, and I wasn't into all that sophistication. I'm um just do it naturally, normally, just talk, and I don't need all that special effects. Hola. I don't need all that special effects and doing all that stuff. I ain't trying to get all these followers and make a lot of money. Because I'm like, these people is making a lot of money. When I found out that some of these YouTubers, uh, people were getting paid like $40,000, and some people even made $1 million. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. If that's what you want to do. But see, I grew up in a time where you had to get out there and you had to talk to real people. You couldn't be behind a phone, behind some filters and special effects and all this stuff. You had to be real. And I'm so sick and tired. Really, I'm getting tired of YouTube too. I used to love YouTube, but now you get on there and you see all this stuff on there, and it's all clickbait. You read the headline, and then you click on it, and it has nothing to do with the headline. These people are making bukus of money, and it's addictive because I find myself looking at a movie on TV, but it's hard for me to even focus on the movie because I'm steady looking at my phone, seeing what's on YouTube. What is happening to us? Just like this guy, this is really weird. He looks like a guy, but he acts like a woman. So he got over 12 million followers. So he making bills of money. I mean, he's funny and all. That's what I'm saying. People can do what they want to do. It's just a constant fight. You can do whatever you want to do on TV, on YouTube, and all that. But you go out in the real world, you're gonna probably face some opposition. But I'm gonna get back to the main reason why what I want to talk about, and that was education and parenting classes. We need we need um, more focus groups. Somebody that you can talk to and relate with and trade with and get good advice and somebody to listen to and somebody to really somebody to have your back because it's hard now. Because it seems like most of the world's living in a mythical world. You milk. I don't know what that is. Done seen it all, nothing new. I just stay home. And that is true, especially for people my age. Because we seem like, you know what? We come from a different age where you didn't say certain things. And you was able to express yourself without the fear of getting your throat cut. The road rage is out of control because that is one of my fears because I drive like I don't want a ticket. I've only had one ticket in my whole life, and I was gonna fight that because don't give me a ticket because I didn't fully stop at the stop sign. I ain't gonna say that. It was Mississippi. Uh, because I don't want to talk to the police. We don't have anything to talk about. Because when you talk to the police, it's going to involve a lot of money. And I have had people actually blow their horn at me because I was going the speed limit. I've had people blow the horn because I didn't go through the yellow light. I decided I didn't want to speed up and go through the yellow light. Okay? So, and people literally get upset with you because you're not driving fast enough or you're driving too slow. People then got shot and killed because they had a accident. So I try to stay out the way. I try to stay out the way because I know me. People like to argue. And you got these young ones have a lot of issues. Um, they're not raised like we was. So, and it's really not much to do out there. Everything you do, you have to have a lot of money. You're going to spend money. That's why I say, if you had somewhere where you could just go and just enjoy yourself without spending a lot of money. And it's a shame you got people in this world, just like at this club. They actually are spending like $150,000 or more, something like that, to join a club. Just to join a club, just to have somewhere to go. You spend that much to go to a club, and then you living in a $1 million house, and you got a $50,000 car, but then you got people on the other side They don't have nothing. That's the world we live in. That's why education is so important, because we sit up there and keep letting this happen to us. And it don't have to be that way. Like I said before, you cannot, a family cannot live off, can barely get by on $2,000 a month. And then you got families out here that is not even making that much. And I don't care what you're doing. I advise you not to go out there and commit crimes, because going to jail is not going to make your life any better. Our kids need us. And we have to take advantage of the opportunities that is out here before they go away, because they want them to go away. They think in their crazy head, they thinking that in the next 4 or 5 years, they're going to get rid of all the illegal aliens. That's what they call them. They just people. And then start taking putting us back in the fields, our kids back in the field. And we can't let that happen. And when I heard that Trump say that the best of times when people was wealthy and stuff was back between 1896 and 1913, I'm like, where was we doing? What was we doing? Working 12 hours a day for less than $1 an hour. That's crazy. But see, they don't want us to get together and devise a plan to raise up a great leader that we so desperately need. We desperately need someone to lead us out of this storm that we are in. And it all starts with educating ourselves, become self-sufficient. And we should have been set ourselves up to suffer a little bit, because they're going to make us suffer a lot to get what they want. But we need to suffer a little bit to get what we want. And that means stopping doing a lot of stuff that we're doing. But it's hard to do that when people can't get along.
Here is your inspiring woman for April 12th, Heloise Laetitia. Heloise Laetitia, known professionally as Christine and the Queens, is a French singer, songwriter, and record producer.
Now the game's not over, it's just getting started, because we have children that need us. We have children that need us to stand up.
Christine released a series of extended
We can't let this
2011 and 2013. Her debut
we can't go back
Humane received
to the times where we had no power, where we had no backbone, which I don't know what time that was, because it seemed like we've always had them on our backs, their knee on our back, and sometimes their knee on our throats. Hmm. Hello. Hello, everyone. Where my people at? Hi. Where are my people at that want to do something about this? And uh without the federal government getting involved. We have plenty of history, plenty of examples of what to do and what not to do. And what we're doing is exactly what we should be doing. We need to stop doing everything that we are doing and start doing something different. But that's hard to do when you have so much distraction. You got television, you got the radio, you got the computer, you got your phone. And that's just the uh, devices. Then you got your kids, your husband, your family. It's too much distraction. So what do we do? How do we stay focused? How do we use mindfulness in our everyday life? It's hard to do. Well, for some of us, it's probably going to be impossible to do. All we can do is try. But what we need to focus on is training our children, training young ones to be different, be better, teaching them mindfulness, teaching them meditation, teaching them holistic. Um, and even though they try to uneducate our kids and stuff, we have to form groups to counterattack that. Because I know where it's headed. I read too much. I look at historical movies. I use TV as a tool. I look at all kind of different people, and different races and stuff, and I see how we've been lied to. See, when we was growing up back in the day, we didn't have all the tools that we have now. We have the internet. This is this is crazy. We have smartphones, smart TV, smart all this stuff, but we dumb as hell. And we have all this information at our hands and we're not using it. I look at what my kids look at on TV. They look at these stupid ass shows. Uh P Valley. All the kings, all the queens men and what is that other show? Nothing interesting. Don't even know what a history channel looked like. They don't want to know about their family. Never once ever asked about their family history. They don't want to know what's going on the other in other parts of the world. Now, going like that, by the time they get my age, what the hell they gonna know? Our kids don't know survival techniques. They don't know how. Um, they don't know navigation. They don't know how to read a map. And see, these people, these billionaires and all this stuff, they know that because see, they watch everything we do. They hear everything we do. They watching what we put on social media. They know all this stuff, but they pick and choose who they want to mess with. Because I was looking at this one, it just happened to come up. I don't know, it's probably down now, but sometimes some stuff get away. And I looked at this, these people made this video. They actually on video taping themselves smoking, look like a crack pipe, and one in the background trying to rap. Then you have people on there doing all kind of crazy. I'm like, oh boy. Oh, do we really need this? No. No, we don't. No, we really don't need this. We don't need all that social media and stuff. And when that Facebook came out and them other ones that came out before Facebook, it was a cesspool because people was taking advantage of our young ones on there. Because I know I had young girls. And then boys would start liking their statuses, getting in their DM, trying to meet up with them just to have sex, and then on to the next one. And those cell phones, they caused a lot of people to have extramarital affairs, and then they call them sex texts, and all that stuff. So what are we going to do? We got to save our American children. Now we see what they report everything that Trump administration is doing. But what can we do about it? Because we see that the other people in Congress can't do nothing about it. Because it all depends on who has the majority, not who wants to make sure the American people are safe. What can we do about it? There's a lot we could do about it. Stand up and fight with our brain. And it's hard to do that when you have so many people that's not willing to do that. We're so used to depending on the government to do all this stuff, but we see the government ain't worth nothing. We went through all that, taking Trump to court and all this stuff. He doing all these crimes in our face, January the 6th. And look at him now, back in the White House. So we cannot rely on the government to help us. It's going to take money and brains to get us out of this situation. They made sure we don't have any more leaders that could get a collective thought. But I'm gonna end with this. I know the Great Spirit is watching, and I know our higher power and our Great Spirit and our ancestors are going to get us through this. Thank you.